This video is brought to you by 1995's Cutthroat Island, now available on Blu-ray for $24.95. That is not a good deal. Pirates of the Caribbean is not a franchise that I care for. I mean, the first one is great, but I haven't seen that in probably 10 years. And as for the others, I'm not really sure. It's just a blur of Jack Sparrow running about and using some kind of elaborate and impromptu pulley system to swing away from British soldiers on a rope. I don't know. And in a franchise where anyone can die and seemingly return on a whim, I couldn't care less about the return to this universe, or the character of Orlando Bloom's character, or Keira Knightley's character, and Disney's most sexually aggressive mascot, Captain Jack Sparrow. But what I do specifically remember about everything outside of the first film is that the franchise began to lean way too heavily on the antics of Johnny Depp, when to me, the best use of a character like that is that he's this unexpected force of nature that whips in and out of scenes whilst others drive the narrative forward. Too much Jack Sparrow, I feel, is not a good thing, but there's a fairly good chance that I'm in the minority on that, seeing as the last one, Stranger Tides, which was minus the two original leads, made over $1 billion worldwide. So where does that leave Dead Men Aren't Telling Any Tales? Well, I'll tell you what really caught me off guard about this movie was that it was kind of nice to return to this universe. Because at best, it can be vibrant and fun, but also a little bit dark when it wants to be, and there's really nothing else out there at the moment like this. And the score, if it wasn't at a Defenders of the Earth ear-shattering level, like in the cinema I saw it in, confirmed to me that it's one of the best movie themes in recent memory. If you are a fan of this series, Dead Men Don't Do or Know Nothing rises above that of the middle two at the very least. The story is less convoluted, the motivations are clearer, and Captain Jack is back, doing what he does best, running about and being a real weird creep. That being said, it became apparent very quickly that there's nothing in this film that really sets it above or even apart from the previous entries. Aside from it's just a bit easier to sit through than the second two. Again, you got your sinister cursed ship filled with CGI monster men. Captain Jack is always getting himself into trouble and then bumbling himself out of it. Ships line up side by side and blast cannonballs into each other. And like most of the other films, this feels like a movie longer than it needs to be. Also, Dead Men, I Hardly Knew Men could quite possibly be the least funny film in this series. Certainly of what I can remember from the others. Every joke in this resulted in a painful silence from the audience, and I don't think this is the case of me being in a theatre with a tough crowd. I just think the movie's not as funny as it possibly thinks it is, and there are some real deliberate pauses in the dialogue for when I assume the audience is supposed to laugh raucously, and it felt real weird just sitting through those silences. The flow of this movie also seems to be one character is in a prison cell, and then they escape from the prison cell. Then another character gets handcuffed, then they pick the handcuffs and escape. Then a couple of people get tied up, and a cannonball shoots a thing and a mast falls down, and everybody's in a bit of a flurry for a bit, whilst the English ineffectively fire muskets. And then all that gets repeated several times. There's also a few familial connections wedged into Dead Men, The World Is Not Enough, Casino Royale that feel rushed and a little bit clunky, but for risk of spoilers, I'm not going to get into that. At the end of the day though, if you like the Pirates films, then this delivers on more of that, and competently. But for me, I felt like this whole endeavor has never improved upon or even matched that of what was released in 2003. There's great special effects, A+, running about. Jack Sparrow is He's in it, you can't miss him. Jeffrey Rush is great. I feel like that should be pointed out. It could very well be my favourite part of all these movies. But yeah, look, it's okay at what it does, but I don't really think this is for me. But what did you think of Pirates 5, Dead Men Can't Jump? And do you have a favourite or least favourite from the series? I'd love to know your thoughts. Now in the next few days also, with Caravan of Garbage kicking off on this channel again, we'll be playing one of the Pirates of the Caribbean games. And mostly just... well, look, we're mostly just making fun of it. Come back Thursday-ish to find out which one it is. Because I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head. Alright, that'll do it. Now, if you are interested, I have a podcast called The Weekly Planet, where we discuss movies and comics and TV shows. That's out every Monday, with the latest episode getting stuck right into Alien Covenant. That's linked below if you care. But thanks for watching this. I appreciate it. Take care.